Hey, it's AP, and today I'm making a floating frame for this canvas art. Check it out. I've been on a bit of an art kick lately, and I recently stumbled upon this beautiful piece by Carmen Carpenter, and I'll leave a link to her Instagram below. The way she creates her art is amazing. She uses marbles and lets the random flow of the marbles kind of guide her path to the ultimate outcome, which is just super cool. And so I fell in love with this painting, had to get it. And when it arrived, it was unframed, which is fine. It's perfectly great, and I could mount it on the wall just as is. But with the amount of money I spent on the painting and the fact that I want to make sure that it is protected, I want to put it into a nice floating frame. It's just going to make it look even so much better on the wall. Again, not that it needs anything to look better. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. Now, you can go and buy a floating frame. You can go online and search for floating frames for canvases and send your dimensions in and get something well-made that you can put together at home, or go to your local art gallery or framist, is that what they're called, framists, and have them create something for you as well. But if you have the tools and you have a little bit of time, why not just do it yourself? So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to head over into the wood shop and we're going to start making our floating frame. It's not really that hard. And if you've seen any of my past videos, I've actually made frames before. They're super easy to do if you have the right tools to do them. And I'll leave links to those video tutorials in the description below. So let's head on over into the workshop and get dirty. It's been a while since we've been back here. All right, so for this project, I cheaped out a little bit. I was gonna use some oak, but it was way too expensive per foot. It was like $8 a foot. And I needed, how many feet did I need? About 8 feet. Yeah, it's a lot of money. $8 per foot times 8 feet, it's a lot. So I decided to use maple, which was much more economical. This, I think, was closer to $3 a foot. Now, if I was just going to stain this with like a, tung oil, or just coat it with some polyurethane to show the wood, then probably I would have stuck with oak, because then you can get that rich grain look. But I'm going to stain this black probably, and so it's maple. I'm going to stain it black. It's going to be black. Nobody's going to care what wood species it is. So I was okay with saving a few bucks on this. And I also went a little bit larger than the frame just to give it some more depth. This is 1x3 maple. The painting, I believe, is 1 inch thick. Hopefully it doesn't look weird. I don't think it's going to look weird. I think it's going to look very nice, actually. Let's start measuring out the wood and cutting. And I'm just going to be using my miter saw for that. The corners are going to be joined with 45-degree miters. To get the right length, you take the side of the piece you're framing and add the thickness of the wood to both ends. In this case, the maple is 3/4 inch thick, so I'm adding 3/4 inches to each end to account for those miter cuts. You'll also want to factor in the gap between the painting and the frame. I'm going for a clean 1/8 inch reveal all the way around, which means adding another 1/4 inch to the total length, because, 1/8 plus 1/8 equals 1/4. Yeah, did you hear that, Mr. Loisel? I was paying attention in math. Always remember, measure 3 times, cut once. With our frame cut, we can now glue it all together. For this, you'll need a strap clamp, painter's tape, and some wood glue. Lay the pieces out with the painter's tape at the ends. This will act as a bit of a clamp. Then fold it into shape. Don't forget to wipe up any glue seepage with a wet rag. Now use your strap clamp to get some nice even pressure across the frame. While that dries, we can start working on the inside ledge where the painting will sit. The painting is 1 inch thick, and the frame itself is going to be 3 inches deep. I could use 1x1s for this, but I'm being lazy and using what I've got, 1x2s, which will sit nice and flush with the back. The upside here is we don't have to mess with miter cuts. I mean, you could, but again, I'm being lazy. Since we're using butt joints, the only thing to account for is the thickness of the wood. You'll need to subtract that from your short sides. So in this case, we're starting with a 20x24 frame, same size as the painting, and cutting the short sides down to 17 inches. That's 20 minus 1.5 inches times 2. These are just glued in and clamped down. To give these miters a little extra oomph, I'm adding splines. Making a spline jig is super easy. I've got a full tutorial. I'll drop the link in the description. If you don't have a table saw, no worries. You can use V-nails instead of that and just tap them into place. I'll link those below too. Now the frame is pretty thick, so I could do 2 splines per corner, but I'm not. I'm just going with 1, right in the center. I found using a clamp really helps keep everything steady while cutting, especially with a frame this bulky. Once the slots are cut, it's time to make the splines. I'm using birch for this. Since my slot kerf is 1/8 inch, I'm cutting the splines down to match for a nice, snug fit. After you've got them cut, add some wood glue and tap them into place. A wooden mallet works best here, but a rubber mallet will do the job too. I'd avoid a regular hammer. You don't want to crack the spline. And yeah, I've got a mallet tutorial too, links below. If the splines are too tight, just sand them down a touch. You want snug, not hammer it into submission snug. And if they're too loose, just recut them a hair thicker. Once everything's seated, wipe away the excess glue and let it dry overnight. Then come back with a flush cut saw and trim off the excess. After sanding everything down with 120 grit and then 220 grit sandpaper, it's time for staining. Just paint on with a brush, let dry for a couple minutes, and then wipe off. Follow the instructions when it comes to recoating. I ended up doing 2 coats of stain and 2 coats of polyurethane. Now we need to install the hanging hardware. You'll want to pre-drill your holes for the D-rings so you don't split the wood. Ignore the crappy polyurethane drips on the back. It's against the wall, so I'm not concerned about it. So now we're ready to actually put the painting in, which is going to end up looking like this, which looks really sharp in this frame. But one thing I've noticed is that it's about a 1/4 inch deep into the frame, and I really want it to be more flush with the frame, like that. If you can kind of see, yeah, how it's a little flush. So I have to come out about a 1/4 inch. It's about 1 inch deep because I went a little thick with my frame. And that's actually a very easy problem to solve for in the way I'm going to be using this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this carefully aside. So here's how I solve this problem, or how you solve this problem, or somebody solves this problem. You have a piece of wood that matches the width or the thickness of the painting, and you use that as your guide as you're installing the mounting hardware. Super easy. And so now this should show me where I need to place the hardware. And the hardware that I'm using 1/4 inch satin brass brackets that you can pick up at your home center. And I have 4 of them, so I'm just gonna use 1 on each side. Although I probably should, actually, you know what, I'm not gonna use 1 on each side. I'm gonna use 2 on each side. And then we continue to use this or a pencil. And I'm just going to now there, and 1 here. And with this pine, you actually don't even have to do too much. So now let's see what it looks like with the artwork. There. Oh, that's much nicer. Yes. To get a nice border around the painting, I'm using playing cards to get the right spacing. I ended up with about a hair over 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Carefully drill your pilot holes. It's best to put a stopper flag or something so you know the depth you need to drill down. It is insanely important when you are attaching the canvas to your frame, use hand tools and go so slow, because especially if you're holding it like this to make sure you have the relief and the spacing around the corners or around the edges just the way you want them, and you're having to hold it in an awkward position, it's even more important to go slow, because if you slip and this pierces the canvas, you could throw away thousands of dollars worth of artwork. So you have been warned. Go slow. Use hand tools when it comes to working around the canvas, because I do not want to be the inspiration for you to go try this and you go really fast, and then I start getting comments that say, hey, I tried this and I ran my drill through the canvas. Well, I told you to go slow. Okay. Go slow. Pay attention. Just a little bit of pressure. That's all you need. Go slow. Yes! That looks awesome. All right, let's put on the hanging hardware, and we'll call it good. When laying this down, again, make sure you have a nice clean surface, soft surface, because you do not want to damage the artwork. Well, my frame is complete. My beautiful investment art piece now has a suitable frame to live in. And I'm actually very happy with how this ended up turning out. Even the thickness, I was a little concerned about how thick the edge was going to be, but I think it actually suits. I think it suits the new piece of art. So now we just have to go upstairs and hang it on the wall. Did you find this video helpful? Well, let me know in the comments below, and share it with a friend. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It doesn't cost you a thing. It does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. If you would like to learn more about making your own frames, well, check out this video over here on how to make your own picture frames, as well as this video over here on how to make easy, swappable artwork frames made pretty much for those of you who have kids that are producing art like it is their business. It's super cool, super easy, and I think you'll like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.